everybody. Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome to You've Got a Thing, an interview thing about
still
Milwaukee
dancing.
theater things. I'm Amanda J. Hall, Milwaukee Theater Alliance member, and the last-minute substitute host for today's You've Got a Thing. It's actually the last You've Got a Thing of the year. Woohoo!
Woo!
Happy New Year's Eve, everybody.
Yeah.
I also happen to be the associate producer and production manager of the Milwaukee Entertainment Group, which is producing The Diary of Anne Frank, which is the topic of our interview today. I am here with our director, Reva Fox.
Hats, many hats you wear.
And Zaela Schlissel, who's playing Anne Frank. And Reva, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
My name's Reva Fox. I'm a director and an actor around Milwaukee, and I'm also the arts and culture director for the Harry and Rose Sampson Family JCC.
And Zaela?
Hi, I'm Zaela Schlissel. I'm a freshman at Kettle Moraine High School. I'm super excited to be part of this production. So yeah.
We're happy to have you.
Very.
Well, this production has been a long time coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zaela and I figured out like the first couple of days of rehearsal that between the time we cast her and the time we actually started rehearsal was about the exact same amount of time that Anne spent in the annex.
Wow.
How crazy is that?
And the
That's
same
crazy.
ages too.
And the
Oh,
same
wow.
ages from the same age period.
That is crazy. So you have a
Crazy.
different lived experience of being in quarantine, Zaela, during that age.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is interesting. Yeah, it's been a dream of Reva's and mine for a while now to put this show on at the Brumder Mansion. And just a lot of the things that go along with that. Reva, you've done a lot of educational kind of outreach for the cast. Do you want to talk a little bit about the things we've been doing over the past 2 years?
2 years. Well, because it got postponed, we really wanted to help keep that sense of community that the cast had. So we did Zoom readings, and I reached out to the Jewish Museum Milwaukee, because they had an in-person exhibit called The Girl with the Diary, which was about another young woman who came out of the Lodz ghetto with her diary. And so their education director at the time did a virtual tour and program about that particular exhibit because we could do it virtually. So we really utilized technology to try to keep the cast together and keep educating the cast.
Yeah. And at some point early on, we did like a tour with a museum in New York. It was like the Anne Frank History Museum.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago with our original cast, and it's been a while. It was really helpful to get the actors who did remain started in their understanding of the times, and then they had a chance to kind of relate to certain things.
Right. And there's a lot of documentation out there about these actual people, and each actor has really gone on an interesting journey reading and researching and finding out more about the person that he or she is playing.
Yeah. You have an incredible cast. It's
amazing,
really wonderful. Some very committed people who've been along. Zaela has been from the start,
Day one.
very committed. So thank you, Zaela.
Thank you.
We're taking COVID precautions. Everybody is vaccinated or getting tested regularly. The whole audience has to show that they've been tested within 72 hours or prove vaccinations and wearing masks. We did get a, we're mitigating things in the space. So I just want to assure everyone we're taking precautions to open up in this small space. It is an intimate setting. So just, being aware, being cautious, taking preventative measures. But it's a beautiful show. It's an immersive experience. The space is just perfect for it. And Reva's vision really filled
the
space
filled
with
it.
action. And, I did my best to honor that with my set design. And
it's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
And adding to the beautiful work the actors are doing together. And so we are opening next Friday, the 7th of January, and running through the 22nd of January. There is a pay what you can. Most of you who are watching are in the arts, and it's an industry night. It's on January 17th. It's not listed on the website. It is on the Facebook page, but not on the website. So you are welcome to email us if you have a contact, or just show up at the door. That's fine. Make sure to bring your vax cards or your negative COVID results within 72 hours to show at the door. Zaela, what has it been like to learn about this character and, like you said, kind of parallel a little bit of just like a tiny bit of the experience she had with the quarantine and being afraid, to go outside during a pandemic, and
Yeah,
what's it been like for you?
I'm actually so thankful. I think that I've had like over a year to kind of like reflect on my experiences in quarantine and kind of the relationships you have like with your family and how she had the relationships with the people that she was stuck with. And so I think you really get the frustration. You can connect much more easily, I think, to the other characters. And especially just having the time to go over her diary and just see things differently. Like every time I read it or every time I go through the script to look at my lines, I see things differently.
Wow.
So I think it's been helpful because I know quarantine will never be as hard as, of course, what she had to go through. But I think little parts you can kind of connect to make it a little bit more realistic.
Wow. That's really good insight, Zaela. And oh yes, you can buy tickets on our website, MilwaukeeEntertainmentGroup.com. You can just click on the picture of Diary of Anne Frank or go to the buy tickets link. Tickets are available by brown paper tickets. You can buy them online now. We are sold out for our Sunday matinee on the 16th. So evening performances do have openings. So please get your tickets now if you want to come see the show. And I hope you do. Reva, what has this show meant to you personally and as a director, as a woman, mother? Any kind of any insights you have?
It's really hard as a parent to watch this show and imagine the fear that these mothers and fathers lived in. And I think, like Zaela was saying, this past couple of years, there have only been select times, I think, in our lifetimes where we've had a real sense of living in fear. And I think for Zayla's generation, this is really the first time. And I just can't imagine what Mrs. Frank and Mrs. Van Daan went through trying to hold it together and protect their children and deal with teenagers in close quarters. And it's kind of overwhelming. I'm trying to teach both my teenagers to drive right now. And at the anxiety level, I'm just like, I'm a mess all the time.
Yeah. Being a mother of teenagers can't be easy. It's a time of much discovery and anger and frustration and everything, trying to figure out what adulthood is.
And Anne was really angry at her mother a lot of the time. And one of the things that I love about Wendy Kesselman's script, this new sort of more contemporary adaptation of the diary, and what I love about the fact that they put a lot of stuff that was in her diary back into it. They'd edited it out when they first were publishing it. But Zaela and I have talked a lot about, we can't make her a saint. She's not this angelic, I was so happy the whole time. She was angry and moody and passionate and vulnerable and quick changing in her thoughts. And she really poured all of that out to this diary that she called Kitty. She talked to it like a friend.
Oh.
And it became her confidant. And so it's really this beautiful, open, totally honest perception of this young woman. It's one of the few plays I could think of that's really told from the perspective of a young woman.
Right.
And everything we see about the other characters are really all Anne's perception. And that's kind of fascinating.
Yeah, it's such a unique story and it's such a unique perspective. And it really, I think, does like the best job of just giving you an insight into what had been and what could be. I mean, everyone can connect to this in some way now. We've gone through so many things politically in the last 6 years. We've gone through so many things as a culture, and this pandemic, among other things. I mean, the world is changing, and it is not the safe, idyllic place some people experienced in their childhood anymore. And our youth is going through this fear as children.
And the key piece to remember is that anti-Semitism hasn't gone away.
Right.
It's never gone away. And, you know, one of the things that we look at is how to stand together as communities, how to stand together with the BIPOC community, how to stand together with Jews, how to stand together with Muslims, because bigotry and prejudice has never, ever disappeared. And constantly educating and constantly connecting on a personal level is really the best way to bring new generations into being a part of a community and protecting each other and supporting each other.
Right. And live theater is a very important tool to helping people empathize with other stories that they might think they have no connection to.
Right.
And then find that they do.
Yeah.
Oh, and it is, I guess we're here for your questions. It's set on the screen on the left. They can type, I think, questions. Yeah. So Reva, thank you for so skillfully guiding this cast and bringing a very unique perspective to it as a director. You have a lot of tools and a lot of history and a lot of knowledge, and it's evident in how the actors are responding to you and to this story. There are fully flushed out people on stage, and they have relationships and backstory, and they know each other. It's beautiful.
And they've created business and moving props around. I mean, there's so much to do in all these scenes, and they've really taken the lead and created these moments that flesh out and define the lives that they're living. I mean, the actors are just incredible. Like, I just couldn't imagine more wonderful people to work with.
Yeah, I get the pictures up here. I can probably name some of the actors for those who are looking, since that writing is so tiny. I'm sorry, that was my fault. I did that. Yeah, so Zaela Schlissel and Pam Shefferman, Ella Curran, Gabriella Ashland, Randall Anderson, Nate Press, Joel Driesing, Micah Liss, Maggie Marks, Tom Marks, not related. Although Maggie is a Brumder, I found.
Is a Brumder. Isn't that fascinating?
I know. Yeah. And then Chris Braunschweig and Madeline Craig that complete the cast. So it's a beautiful cast, and they are just wonderful people. Just open and wonderful and smart people.
Yeah.
I couldn't have asked for better.
Yeah. One of the things that was really fun is we were rehearsing through Hanukkah, and Hanukkah is something that plays sort of a large part in Act 1. And we got to light the menorah and the Hanukkah together and say the blessings every night. And that was a lot of fun. I've never gotten to share that with a cast before.
Wow. Love that. I wish I had been able to be present for more of your rehearsal process.
We do too. We miss you.
I miss you too, but I've been in Greendale doing.
You've been in Greendale doing Little Women.
Oh, beautiful shows.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm just so thank you for taking the helm. And Katie Beth Whitaker, our stage manager, has been just such a support, and Tom Marks, and to keep things going there with Reva. So it's just a great group. I'm so blessed and thankful. Yeah. Anything else you want to say about the show, Reva? Oh, I was thinking, can you kind of describe the atmosphere you've built as they're sitting in the seats during the show? What is happening around them?
As they're sitting in the seats, you're essentially in the annex with the Franks. We've got a bedroom to your side. We've got a window seat, and a character's davening behind you in the corner, and we've got the fireplace, and the bathroom that you get to use at intermission is our bathroom. And I literally have used every inch of this space to create this sort of encompassing, immersive experience. And the production team's been amazing. Every time I go, what if we do? Everyone's like, yes, all right, fine. We'll figure out a way to do it. Like, it's been really amazing. I'm like, can I put someone there? And we've got
Tom's like,
practical.
I'll try to light it. I'll try to light it.
Yeah, because we've got
He likes
practical
it.
lights going on, and it's going to be it's unlike anything I think people have seen before, and we have an immersive option for entering this space. That might correct.
Maybe.
Is that maybe we might. Never mind. You'll have to wait and see.
We're working on it.
Working on it. Yeah. So
yeah, I think the space has been absolutely amazing for this show. I think specifically because I mean they didn't have any privacy really from each other. And so being in such close quarters just it really makes it that more realistic, and yeah, it's such an immersive experience. So
yeah. And that's something Anne talked about a lot in the diary, is that there was no privacy and there was no place to get away and there was no place to have your thoughts. And that's part of why that diary was so important.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Zaela's just phenomenal, and watching her growth and her process and her learning as it sort of goes along, and she creates this very real, very human character has just been an honor to watch.
Thank you.
There is our first question, and it is, I think there was just a little miscommunication. The question is, love that you're using the main floors for the play. My question, will the audience follow you around? So we are not using the main floors for the play. We're only entering like we normally enter and going down to the theater. The immersiveness is actually in the theater. There's a fireplace in the theater. Yeah. And a bathroom in the theater. So the peripheral around the audience is where she's talking about little nooks and crannies that we've added. Just like it's not even all played space, it's just lived in space. So the actors may be back there reading, or they might just go to the bathroom, or stand by the fire and flicker the radio.
Right.
But no, the performance does take place
in the theater. Yeah.
It's the training theater at the Brumder Mansion. I don't think I said that. We perform at the Brumder Mansion, 3046 West Wisconsin Avenue on 31st in Wisconsin. And our theater, the subterranean theater, is in the basement. There is a railed staircase with carpeting. Unfortunately, there is no accessible entrance. That is something we were unable to do because of historic building, but
Victorian.
It is one of our shortcomings in that space. So we're working on that. Different things for the future, but as of right now. But there is a railed, safe, carpeted, not steep stairway down. So yeah, that's exciting. I think that was our only question so far. Thanks, Susan, for watching.
Thanks, Susan. Hi, Susan.
Yeah. So Zaela, what has it been like to develop relationships with cast members who are supposed to be your family?
It has been absolutely amazing. I think just the conversations you have with people, like I think just in the first reading of the script, and we're just stopping and having these conversations about specific parts, and it just makes you grow relationships with the people around you. And it doesn't help that they're absolutely like amazing human beings and so kind and supportive always. So I think that just makes it that much easier. That's but yeah, I would say the conversations you have, because you're truly having conversations with them, and you're getting into the play, and you're all wanting it to succeed. So I think that common goal really unites you. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Zaela and Reva. I can't wait to see the finished product. I'm excited to go into tech with you. So we are promoting the Diary of Anne Frank, Milwaukee Entertainment Group at the Brumder Mansion, and it is performing January 7th through the 22nd. You can get tickets at MilwaukeeEntertainmentGroup.com. Thank you all for watching. Have a great New Year. See you in 2022.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, I mean, that is a cozy space down there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I performed in there once years ago. Also used the fireplace, except somebody was chained up to it. So
before, but mostly just for like to decorate, like to enhance this. We expand the idea of the set into the space. This time they're actually using it, and there's a few shows we've used. There's like the little storage nook that is just built into the brick, and that's the perfect space. It's pretty big, and we put a bedroom there. So we're really grateful that we could make this show possible, being very creative with our set design. So.
Yeah. I'm wondering, do people keep the fireplace a lot, or do they mask it a lot?
Oh, it's never masked. It's never
Wow.
masked. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, well, people usually perform on the stage, and if they want a fireplace that doesn't need to be on the stage, I usually put the fireplace on the stage, but if it can be part of a room or another location that's briefly visited, it's very helpful to have that fireplace there and a mantle. During art, we just used it as somebody else's house that you just stop by to see a piece of art and have a short conversation. I mean, other times it's just like, this whole room is the Mad Hatter's, workshop, and it's all dressed, but the action only takes place on the stage, so it's been interesting. Yeah.
If you've never been there, you should go. I mean, aside from going and seeing this play, it's just a very interesting building, a very interesting space, and just really a historic thing to check out in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
On top of this historic play.
Yeah, it's actually a beautiful Victorian bed and breakfast.
Yes.
So the upper floors are run as a bed and breakfast. Tom and Julie Carr are the owners, and Tom Marks, who's our artistic director, is actually the innkeeper for the bed and breakfast. That all kind of happened during the past decade that we've been working there as the theater company. And so Tom and I do other things too. We work events. He does the bed and breakfast. We're moving more into like more hosted events by the Brumder Mansion in the future. But yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful space. So definitely come check it out sometime. Hopefully come see the show.
Well, on that note, here are some other things you can check out at the end of 2021. This actually goes into 2022. If you haven't seen Little Shop of Horrors, you should make that happen. I was able to see that on Wednesday with my daughter Aurora. She was really sort of, I think this is the first type of show that she's ever seen. It was very colorful. The whole stage is filled with things, and the cabin is, of course, a large space as opposed to where Milwaukee Entertainment Group performs, which is a very intimate space. So just to show you the variations of Milwaukee theater, you can go and see this weekend, Little Shop of Horrors from Skylight Music Theater. And then you can go and see the Diary of Van Frank next weekend. Yeah. All masked, all as safe as we can be. And again, just keep your vaccination card with you if you are going to see live theater, because chances are they will ask you for it. Yes. So you can check out this at skylightmusictheatre.org. And then we also have this. Today is your absolute last chance to check out Milwaukee Opera Theater's Home Cooked Heroes, a really interesting project that they partnered with Decameron Opera Coalition, which is like 13 fringe opera companies from across the nation, and they were really just thanking people in their community to just show their support and love for people who they considered, or groups they considered heroes in their community. And so this is a spoken word opera, so cool and so different that you should check out. You can stream it today. It's streaming only, last day to do that. You can go to MilwaukeeOperaTheatre.org to check that out. And then Pink Umbrella Theater Company has opened their registration for their winter classes. If you don't know anything about Pink Umbrella, it's an amazing theater company that is focused on providing opportunities to people who identify with any sort of disability, be it emotional emotional, mental, physical disabilities, to just show the world the amazing work that the disabled community can provide. And so if you are interested in acting, improv, musical theater, they've got the whole shebang happening. You can, it's both virtual and in person. Make sure that you check out their COVID restrictions if you plan on doing the in-person type thing. You can go to pinkUmbrellatheater.org for that. What else have we got here? Oh, bless you, computer. Today's the last day for a lot of people to donate for their fiscal year. I mean, you should just try to donate to arts organizations on the regular, especially here in Wisconsin, where we are 49th in state funding, which is not good if you can, you know,
Hard.
if you know how many states there are. That's 50, and not including the territories. And so we, all of us, can use your support. Find your favorite arts organization. Every penny counts. I promise you. I promise you, Milwaukee Entertainment Group is taking every cent and putting it into costumes and sets. And I know that we do
Actors.
work with the constructivists and artists too. And so we can always use your support. So check out any arts organizations that are asking for your dollars at the last of this year, because they're probably trying to cram in those last dollars to prove to their nonprofit organization board that they are doing well, because that's how things work. I always want to give a shout out and thank you to imaginemke.org, who provides us with this wonderful technology and are just doing really, really amazing work to support all of us very tiny organizations, large and small, all across the arts spectrum. That's, you know, music, visual, dance, live theater. You know, they are working hard to, particularly in Milwaukee, try to show elected officials that we are relevant, we are job creators, we provide valuable tools to Milwaukee and beyond. And our government should support that work more. And so they make it super easy for you to be an arts advocate. You can go to their website, imaginemke.org, and they will give you all the things you need to copy and paste to write to your elected official and show them how important the arts are to you. And so please, please help all of us and make that happen. Very important still. I just checked the numbers, and I think our vaccination rate in Wisconsin is only 61%. And I mean, I was thinking about today and got very sad about how I'm going to have to do another Zoom New Year with friends, because we are still here. So please get vaccinated so that you can go and see some live theater, and you can keep your fellow patrons and the artists safe. I know people are concerned about it. Please just do your research. I'm vaccinated. I'm boosted. I'm the whole nine, because I want to do my theater work. So
yeah, and I get tested every week.
Help us out. Yeah. And if people who are active in the community are getting those tests because we need to. There have been a number of incidents. I was just saying to somebody how Goodman Theater closed their production of Christmas Carol early in Chicago. Madison Ballet closed their production due to a COVID thing early in the year. Renaissance had to shut down their production of The Cake because of this is real. This is real. If you want to go,
it hasn't gone away. It's not over. It's
No.
just starting again. We just know how to navigate it now, so we need to navigate it correctly.
Yeah. So please, and then 2022. Where has time gone?
Time has no meaning anymore, Jamie Lynn. No meaning.
I keep saying it's like it's been the longest, shortest 2 years of our lifetime that it goes so fast and so slow all at the same time. And but please be safe out there if you are going to spend time with your people.
Mask up. Stay
do
home.
the things. I think about how we used to handle things and how, being tough and just like going through colds. And I mean, it's, to a certain extent, it's good for our immune systems to go through those processes and things. But this is a different beast. All of the side effects and long-term COVID and all of those things. It's not good. Let's move on from this in 2022. Yeah.
New year, fresh start.
Let's do You've Got a Thing live and in person in 2022. Yeah. I've been talking about that for forever to do it out of Sunstone Studios there downtown and like in the window, like NPRing it, you know what I mean?
So great.
Wouldn't that be cool? Like, have a sign that says You've Got a Thing live now and have the microphones and the headphones and things and like talk about sweaty balls and stuff.
So professional.
If anybody remembers the
where I am in my dining room.
SNL skit. Yeah. I want to do that. I really want to do that. And the only way that we can do that is if we do the things to get over this scourge in life and find some new normal. Yeah. With you. So thank you
so much
for filling in today. As I keep saying, I really appreciate not having to do all the tech and interview people. It's so distracting.
I mean, I had kind of a upper hand because I'm producing the show. I felt a little like privileged, but
it was a very Meg show today, but that's okay. And you don't normally get to do this because you're normally in school. So
I'm on winter break. I work in the school office, so I never get to be part of it. And I'm really happy I could. Thanks, Jamie.
Yeah, so I'm very excited that you were able to do this today. I'm gonna try and beg Reva to do the interview next week because that's how things normally work around here. Is that last week's guest is next week's host, but I know you all are busy as whatnot, and maybe we can get Alan, who is supposed to be here today, to do next week and just sort of keep the ball rolling. Otherwise, Katie Cummings is always my standard backup, but it's her birthday today. So happy birthday, Katie Cummings. She was saying something about mimosas, which she deserves. Yes. 100%. If you don't know, Katie Cummings is the artistic director of Pink Umbrella, who we were just talking about, and it's her brainchild, and it's just a great organization. So, all right, thanks so much, and thank you out there for joining us. Tell your friends, you can go to our YouTube channel. We're all over the Facebook. You can watch past episodes and, just get to know your Milwaukee theater community. We've got a whole bunch of wonderful, amazing artists in this city. And great companies from the big like Skylight down to the small and intimate like Meg, and get to know us. We're nice people. We're good people. We work hard. So be well out there, and we'll be back next week for our first show of 2022. I don't know who it is yet, but we'll be here. So thank you so much for being here, and we will see you next week on You've Got a thing.